Hello, xin chào cả nhà. Hôm nay á, là Thoa đi học. Hôm nay là Thoa học cái lớp nó gọi là 3D print. Có nghĩa là Thoa học và vẽ và in ra những cái hình bằng máy 3D đó. Hôm bữa Thoa coi cái máy 3D nhưng mà Thoa không biết print nó ra như thế nào. Cho nên hôm nay Thoa sẽ tới lớp Thoa đi học. Rồi các bạn theo dõi Thoa học cái này như thế nào nhé. Đây là cái laptop mà hiện tại bây giờ là Thoa đang ngồi học ở cái library gần nhà Thoa đó. Thoa đi học cái lớp này không có tốn tiền, học free. And hôm nay là ngày đầu tiên Thoa tới học, tại vì một tháng nó chỉ có cái lớp này một lần thôi. Thì mình chỉ Thoa tới tay không cần mang gì hết. Tại vì vô trong đây nó có cầm laptop cho mình xài hết rồi, nó có software về 3D luôn. Cái software này nó gọi là Autodesk Timbercode. Đó là cái software mà xài để vẽ 3D và print 3D. Thoa học về graphic design á, là Thoa học về cái software đó gọi là Illustrator cộng với Photoshop. Còn cái software này thì Thoa không có biết, cho nên hôm nay Thoa tới đây để Thoa học để biết thêm về 3D design. So, đây là những cái sample, đây là người ta vẽ này. Vẽ như vậy thì nó dễ thôi, nhưng mà làm ra để nó print ra thành cái hình mà mình cầm trên tay á, nó là một cái chuyện khác. Cho nên hôm nay Thoa tới đây học thì mời các bạn theo dõi là Thoa sẽ học như thế nào nhé. Nếu các bạn nào mà thích có thể học theo. Ok.
Select 3D design, which is your first option. What you should get is
đây là cái
in the
chỗ
upper left
design
corner.
này.
You should get some random file name. I want you to click on it and replace it with your own name. And this is how I will be able to tell whose design is whose. Having a shape, pulling onto the work plane, letting go. That is dragging. The other thing that the mouse is used for is sizing. You see these white squares in the corner? If you click on those and drag them outwards, you can make your shape bigger or smaller. So, dragging, sizing. The other thing that the mouse is good for is lifting. If you see this black cone right here, if you lift this away from the work plane, that is lifting. Sizing, dragging, lifting. What it is not used for is moving shapes around the work plane. For that, I want you to use the 4 arrows on the lower right hand of your laptop. Why do we use those? 50% of the time, when you use your mouse, it will work to move it around the work plane. The other 50%, you will move it somewhere it doesn't need to be, or you will change your sizes. So we only use the mouse for sizing, dragging, and lifting, okay? If you ever drag anything to the work plane that you don't want there, simply hit the trash can and it goes away. Sound good? I want you to drag that to the center of your work plane.
Okay.
Okay? Now, if you recall, from just a few minutes ago, I told you that if you pull the white boxes out, you can increase the size of your shape. I'd like you to do that right now and make that cookie shape into as big or small a shape as you would like. But keep in mind this, with regard to the height of the cookie, and the middle square box is always the height. I do want you to make this at least 15 millimeters high. I've done this 3 times already. Anything less than that is going to look like kind of a flying saucer. It's just the reality of it. So, once you have your cookie shape the size that you want it, give me a thumbs up so I know that you're done. All right? Okay, now I want you to drag another half sphere onto the work plane. This is going to be the first of, let's call it our chocolate chips. We're going to use the arrows to move it over. And I want you to move it onto the surface of the cookie. Do you see how it bubbles out like that? By simply combining the shapes, that's how you're going to create contours on the surface of your cookie. If you don't want it on the side, you can remember using that cone, you can lift it up a little bit, move it over, and now you've got it on the top. Do you see that?
How you change
the point of view?
Yeah.
There's 2 ways to do it. Number 1, you see this cube right here?
Yeah.
You can put your mouse click on that and just turn it around, and it'll turn your work plane around.
Okay.
If you ever want to go back to the original home view, you just click on that little house, it shows you the home view.
Okay.
Also, if you right click your mouse on the work plane itself, you can move it.
Oh,
Okay?
got it.
But I want you guys to each take 3 of those half spheres and move it somewhere on your cookie and make them 3 different sizes. You might want to lift it first so that you can see it a little bit. Because the height in the center is 15 millimeters, the closer you get to the center, the more likely it is that your shape is going to disappear. So,
can we change the color so we can
you
recognize
definitely
it?
change the colors. It's not going to change the problem if you get in the middle.
Okay.
I'll literally show you how that happens. Okay, so let me put that all the way down.
Okay.
I can change this to, let's say, green.
Oh.
It's still gone. And the reason why it's still gone is because, well, you can see it from the bottom. I guess that's helpful. But the reason why it's gone is the shape was only 10 millimeters. This is 15 millimeters. It essentially is gone when you move it inside the the closer it moves to the middle, the more it's going to disappear. So you can always look at it. If you want to change the colors, you can always do that and look at it from a different angle, bring it up. Now, ultimately, we're going to group all of these things together. When it groups, it's likely to all change to one color. There's a way to avoid that, but once it's at the group stage, it won't matter anymore. So you can also make the cookie bigger. You can combine different size, I guess we call them chips.
How many?
You can make the base transparent. I remind people that when you are designing in Tinkercad, the colors really are only for design purposes. When we print out, it's all going to print out one color. And at the end, we do choose which color you want it printed out in. But don't think it's going to look like this when it prints, because it won't. But I want you to take at least 3 good-sized chips, change the color. You can put them in different places.
Okay. Now that my lachu is on top of my cookie, it's not in. See right here? The first one it go in, and this one it go on top of it.
Okay. So which one do you want? Do you want it to go all the way through?
We're supposed to have it just on the top?
On the top. This one. And put that back to its original color. All right. Now I had a number of kids actually try to make their cookies into various shapes by connecting the chips together. If you want to make mountains or create some kind of contour on the top of your cookie, that's the way to do it.
Cái chỗ này nó hở ra không có được hở. Có nghĩa là hai cái chân tròn nó phải dính với
And just
nhau.
let me know when you have gotten.
Okay. Now it have a gap. So how do I bring it down?
You have to click on the shape itself. You see that black cone? That's what raises it
Up and down.
And down.
Okay.
What I recommend is paying attention to the height of the cookie. This number on the side is how far off the work plane you've lifted it. So right now it's 12. If the cookie is 15, then you know you have not gone above the top of the cookie. Is that Megan and Wendy?
Yes, sir.
All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Go ahead and turn on your computer if it isn't already. Get to Tinkercad.
Cái nút đen này nè là mình đưa lên, đưa xuống. Đó, nếu mà mình đưa xuống thì nó không có bị nồi ở cái chân ra đó. And it's good. Now it's good. Okay.
So what do we do? We're going to group it. So 2 ways to group it. Either you can take your mouse and draw a red box around all of your shapes and then click on this group button, or Control button A grabs all of the shapes and then you group it. Because when you group it, now it all moves as one. And that will need to happen before it can be sliced and sent to the machine. Okay? So Control A and group it.
Hồi nãy bà cuốn nó riêng ra. Bây giờ mình làm cho mấy cái cục này nó dính lại thành một rồi. Hồi nãy tao click vào đây là tao mua đi từng cái một vậy. Bây giờ á, tao group lại là anh cái nút này nè. Đó, là nó group lại thành một. 3 cái dính lại thành một. Giờ tao chỉ cần click này tao mua đi ra được nè. Còn hồi nãy là click vào cái này mua ra được. Bây giờ nó all together.
Put 3 more shapes on your cookie, but here's the catch. I want you to leave enough space on that cookie to put text, either laying flat or standing up. The text is going to be the next step.
Bây giờ bỏ 3 món nữa. Đây. Bỏ 3 món.
Do you know why you don't see them? Yes, absolutely.
Bỏ ngôi sao cho nó nhỏ lại.
Look at it from the bottom. You see where they are now?
Yeah, but it never had the white square in the bottom.
If you want to click off of there and then click.
Khi mà mình muốn nó nhỏ lại á, bên hông, bên tay trái, tay phải nó có cái số á. Mình có thể mình làm sao mình muốn sao cho hai cái số nó giống nhau. Bây giờ là 21, 20. Nó chiều cao bao nhiêu? Chiều cao 10 không được. Thôi vậy cho nó 20.
So the closer you get to that center, it just basically gets swallowed up because the cookie itself is thicker than the chip. Yes. So if you flip it to the bottom, click on the shape in the bottom and then flip it back up and lift it, you'll be able to get it out of the center. So what's going to happen when you group it, it's going to disappear all
Đây là chiều cao 20. Nào cho nó xuống.
So again, pyramids, stars, anything you like, but leave enough space for text, because text is going to be the next step.
Okay.
Yes.
I need help.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Let's drop this guy.
I was hoping I could merge these 3
In
and
here.
put them on here.
So,
So you have them. Let me take a look and make sure it's alright. So if you want just to do those 3, you draw
độ này 20 là cái bánh của Thoa dày. dày 10 năm cho nên mình phải cho nó 20 đi cho nó đều. Enter. Now this arrow bring them down. Move them over here. So I have to keep the room. Để chỗ này trống để lát nó bỏ chữ. So let's see. Okay. We can click on this guy, go cho nó lên chút xíu, click on nó rồi cho nó xuống chút xíu, nó xin qua bánh luôn. Này mình coi phía dưới này thấy chưa? Đó. Ok. Oh, I can move this guy over here. Up a little bit. Not bad. That look good now. Okay.
Don't mean to interrupt you, but I wanted to show you something that I did that reinforced.
Thì thấy cái này không? Bây giờ mình muốn turn cái này nè, thì mình click vào cái này, là cái vòng tròn nó lên, vòng tròn cái mình có thể mình click để đó, click vào cái này mình có thể mình turn đó, turn cái shape của mình. Bây giờ nó đang đứng thẳng, giờ tao cho nó méo ở đây. Nó lên. Cool. Đó. Đó. See? It turn.
Yes.
Yep. Đó. Ba cái của Thoa nè.
Turn it back to the point you had it on before. Grab
Đó,
that.
so far so good.
You're going to scroll down in the basic shapes menu. You're going to drag the text to your work plane.
Bây giờ mình viết chữ.
Once you do that, you're going to click on this down arrow so that you see the inside dimensions or categories with regard to the shape. Now, you click in the text box and you can write whatever you choose.
My name.
And then I want you to make it small enough using the black squares and the white squares. Make it small enough so that it fits on your cookie.
Okay.
Now, if you're interested in having it stand up, after I bring it to the top, how about I start there? Somebody had asked about rotation. Let's see, which one would be the best shape to demonstrate this
Oh,
with?
it look good.
I'll demonstrate it with the pyramid, okay?
Yeah.
So every shape that you bring to the work plane can rotate in 3 directions. It can do horizontal along the base by grabbing that arc with the 2 arrows and spinning it, okay? It can move vertically this way, same thing. Or it can move vertically this way, okay? But all you have to do is grab the little arc with the 2 arrows, hold onto it, and spin it. Now, as I was explaining to Kristen, if you spin in this first ring, it's going to spin a wider angle than if you take it all the way out here. And these go in 1 degree increments. I think these go in 22.5 degree increments. So if you wanted to get to 90 degrees faster, use the inner circle. If you wanted something a little more fine, use the outer circle. Okay? So if we wanted to make this cookie shape stand up, we find the arc that we want to use and we spin it 90 degrees, and then we use the cone to pull it up so it's sitting on top of the cookie. It is that simple. So go ahead and use the text.
Bây giờ là tên Thoa nó đang nằm xẹp ở trên cái cookie. Bây giờ Thoa muốn cho nó đứng lên. So bây giờ Thoa phải turn nó cho nó đứng lên. Đứng lên là đi ốc, không phải đi đường này, đi đường ngoài ha, quên rồi. Okay. have a question. I want my name to stand up like you. I know how to make them flat on the cookie, but now I try to flip them up.
Okay, so click on the text.
Okay.
And get rid of this box because it'll just get out of your way. Okay, you see this arc with the 2 arrows? That will spin it this way. What you want to do is you want to find this arc and turn it towards you. And that is how you rotate it. Now, once you rotate it the way you want, remember, the inner circle rotates at 22.5 degrees each space. So if you want to do a finer rotation, you take it all the way out to the edge, all the way out to the edge of the circle where it's blue. Make this blue. Do it. There you go. Take it all the way out. You see where it's white now? Yes, and turn it that way now. Or you can turn it back. Either way. Once you get it the way you like it, stop.
Now bring it
that
down.
And bring it down. Exactly. Very good.
Do they not straight? They cut an angle.
It is at an angle, and if you didn't get it right the first time, you can try and try again. This back button is the undo button. Undo will undo the last thing you did, and you can keep hitting that undo button until you get it to a position where you can start again. So let's say mine is now flat again on the cookie, and I want to rotate it. I find the arc that I want to rotate it. I rotate it all the way 90 degrees. Then I grab that cone and I bring it up. Okay? I brought mine up a little too high. It looks like so 14, maybe 13. So.
Is there a way to make them take like the text and like kind of update it?
Yes. However, there's a number of ways to do that. It is one of the more advanced ones. The easiest way to do it is if you go into where it says search shapes and type in custom. You see the one that's circular?
I had text.
There you go.
So I saw, as soon as you said it, I saw the one.
That's the custom font text thing that will wrap around. Now, the problem with this is you kind of get that experience pulling it off, finishing it nice and smooth, and then painting along the groove.
No, thank you.
It probably means I haven't printed it yet. If it's something that you've worked on individually and it's a big model, it may not be in the bin because you see those bins are fairly small. Look down below on the flat shelves. If it's there, great, take it, be happy. If it's not there,
đây Thoa đã học xong rồi, học chỉ 1 tiếng thôi. Hôm nay là Thoa làm được cái bánh cookie đó, có tên Thoa ở trên đó và có những cái hình thù khác nhau. Thì hopefully kỳ tới Thoa tới đây ông mới sẽ print ra cái hình này, coi coi như thế nào nhé. Còn bây giờ thì xong rồi. Người ta print ra mấy cái hình đẹp chưa? Đó, Thoa muốn học làm cái này nè. Thoa muốn học làm mấy cái này nè. Bây giờ là Thoa học từ đầu. Đó, nó print ra đẹp chưa? Thoa đang ở trong library ở gần nhà Thoa đó. Nó dạy for free. 1 tháng học có 1 lần thôi, mỗi lần học 1 tiếng. Đó, library đó, cái nơi mà gần nhà Thoa đó. Thoa nghĩ là mỗi một thành phố nó có một cái library, mình có thể mình vô mình học. Thoa vừa đi học xong rồi, học chỉ 1 tiếng thôi, 1 tháng học 1 lần. Thì cái này nó cách xa nhà Thoa có 2-3 phút cho nên mỗi tháng Thoa chạy ra đây Thoa học for free. Nó dạy cho mình cách xài cái software và dạy cho mình print những cái hình 3D đó. So Thoa học xong rồi, thôi tháng tới trở lại coi họ dạy tiếp cái gì nhá. Thôi bye bye. Thôi cảm ơn tất cả các bạn theo dõi, hẹn gặp lại kỳ sau nhé.